Hey Leo, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with sun, moon, or rising in Leo. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. Okay, all these cards flipped. Let's see what came out. We had the moon. That card actually showed up in group 1. The Six of Swords, the Hermit. Yeah, I'm seeing some of the same energy come out. So your person is, I'm actually kind of getting a different interpretation. In group 1, it was that this person was very private. I do think that your person might be very private about their fantasies, but I think in this case, I am picking up on a slightly different energy. I think that this really has to do with, we had death come out in reverse. I think this really has to do more with them kind of having their eyes set on you. There's a certain devotion that's coming through from this energy already. Four of Pentacles. A lot of repeated energy here from group 1 might be worth taking a look at. Two of Pentacles. I'm picking up on that for some of you, this person maybe was in another connection when you first met them. Okay, I think I'm going to reshuffle that because I had a lot of cards come out and I want to be really sure because there's a lot going on here. I want to get one card for group 3. There we go. That can give us some clarity here. Okay. You may have met this person when they were already in a connection because there is a sense of them moving away from something in their past and moving toward you. But I will say that it seems that their energy is very devoted to you at this point in time. This person, they are exclusively fantasizing about you. So I feel like this person might be very attractive or very suave in some way because I feel like there's got to be a particular reason why I'm saying they're exclusively fantasizing about you. You might have a feeling that this person thinks about other people or that they are in another connection with someone else. Maybe they are, or maybe they were when you first met them. So you think that their energy might be divided between you and someone else, but it is not. They are thinking only about you. I also think that you make this person nervous and you kind of have them on guard, which is also interesting energy because I do feel like there might be some element of this person that is quite sure of themselves, very confident, and you might see them this way, so you don't really think that you are kind of like rocking their world in this way, that you're throwing them off balance in this way, but I think you really are. And I think just like with pile 2, there's some more energy going on here that goes beyond the kind of sexual naughty bits. So I do want to talk about that before we get into more of that sexual energy. I feel like this person may have left a previous connection or a previous situation to be with you, or they're contemplating doing that. So I'm thinking a lot of their fantasies have to do with fantasizing about starting a new life with you, or reinventing themselves in some way that brings them closer to you. I think that this connection is making them face a lot about themselves that they hadn't wanted to admit. They are looking into their shadow a lot more. I think maybe even some of their sexual fantasies about you kind of tiptoe and dance around on that shadow side of themselves, and they are having to look at that a little bit more. You're kind of forcing them to look at that. We have this Four of Pentacles energy, which showed up in reading 1 too, and that is really an energy of wanting to hold on to something. This person wants to hold on to this connection with you. They want to figure out how to work you into their lives and how to make this connection work. They might have a lot of responsibilities and they want to figure out how to work you in. Now, that being said, I think that in terms of responsibilities, I think this person is responsible. They might be quite busy with work or with school. They are, for some reason, concerned a lot with the mundane. I know to a certain extent we all are, but in their particular case, I don't know if this is because of work. They may work multiple jobs. They may be in school. They might have children to care for, but there's something that really pulls them into a mundane kind of everyday grind a lot of the time. And their thoughts and fantasies about you are like this hidden place, this fun place that they get to journey off to. And it kind of breaks up that monotonous day-to-day for them. So I think that there's somebody who can be rather regimented. They can be on a schedule. They might have to be on a schedule because of their job or their lifestyle. But they're making some time to fantasize about you, and they're kind of enjoying that. They're enjoying that quiet time, that time where they can just pull in and kind of release... just release the responsibilities, release the thought about the responsibility. I also am seeing that there is a strong sense of them wanting to reinvent themselves. So the two of you being together or coming together in the way that they want might require a shift in their lives, and they are looking forward to reinventing themselves, or they're contemplating ideas about how to do that. There might be a little bit of fear there too, a little bit of resistance, maybe a little bit of not wanting to rock the boat. This coming together in the way that they want might require travel from them or from you or from both of you. It might require relocation. It might require restructuring something in some way in order to bring this together. But I am picking up on an energy of this being about more than a sexual connection, and that was the same thing that happened in group 2. This is different energy, but it is that this is about more than that for them. It's about figuring out how to work you into their life. And I think this is different energy for them. I think that they have been somebody who's been a lot more casual about sex and about being flirtatious or exploring a sexual relationship, maybe even hooking up. They've been more casual about that in the past, and you're making them rethink things. So I think that no matter to what degree this goes, this might be that they are actually contemplating moving or changing something about their lives just so that they can be with you, maybe even just so they can be with you physically, because they want to be with you in that way so badly. But I think that because I'm seeing the fact that they're viewing this connection differently than they have in the past, I can really tell that it's more serious. Like, they want to be with you sexually, but they're also worrying about how to implement you into their life and how they can transform into the person that's like worthy of having you in that way. Because it does feel like it was more casual before. They didn't have to imagine how they would need to change their life around or rethink things for previous connections. They didn't have to do that because they were not serious connections to them. And this one feels a little bit different. There's also this Page of Wands energy, so I can tell there's a lot of passion here. That means that the fantasies that they're having about you are probably quite heated, quite passionate. We're going to look more into that and get more details about it. But and there is a kind of newness to it. So the two of you may never have been together sexually, or this could be kind of a new connection. I also am kind of picking up on maybe an experience level here. And this is either that they don't think that you think they're experienced. So maybe, I think that's you. That might be you. Somebody in this connection isn't as experienced as the other. And it's like they want to explore with you. So I'm for most of you, I think that's going to be that your person is more experienced than you are, and they fantasize about like almost teaching you or just like showing you new things, exploring with you in new ways, and kind of like they're fantasizing about the two of you opening up in this very private, personal kind of way with this moon energy. It's almost like they want secrets to be revealed, and in this context, those secrets are like exposing yourselves in a really private and personal way to each other. I do think that you're not realizing how nervous you make this person. And it's just funny because if they are the one that's more experienced, I think that might be why you have this impression that you don't affect them this way, or that you can't possibly affect them in this way. You do. And they think about you a lot. In a lot of ways, I think it's like for you, you came into their life and everything else faded away. And that might be why they are needing to kind of figure out how to rebalance things, because they were quite thrown off. A lot of what they viewed as important before, they're not caring so much about. We had the Death card come out right on top of the Death card. Similar thing happened in the last reading. So, this connection is transformational for this person. So their fantasies about you are fantasies like they've never had before. King of Swords. Okay. Their fantasies are different than anything they've ever thought about before. And I get the feeling that that's because it was always so casual. I don't think sex really meant that much to this person before. I think it was just kind of a thing to do. They didn't know that it was something that could be deep and that could really make them feel connected to another person. I think maybe they didn't even believe that before. They didn't even believe in feeling that kind of connection. So they definitely might have a background of hooking up, and they're changing in a lot of ways. I kind of love that Death came out both upright and reversed, because to me, that's just telling me they're changing in every way imaginable. It's like this flipped them upside down and right side up and upside down again and all over the place. Okay, the Hanged Man. They are fantasizing being very vulnerable with you, being very intimate with you, and changing their lives for you. So their fantasies really, I think that they start out kind of, they don't start out sexually necessarily, but I think they always work their way into that more sexual side. We kind of started the reading out here with more stability and transformation, and then on both sides here we end in Wands. So there's a lot of passion here, and there's a lot of sexual energy that they want to explore with you, but because they're really looking at balancing and transforming their lives to fit you into it, I think that they start out by fantasizing about the everyday things. They fantasize about getting up in the morning and having coffee with you, or having breakfast with you. They fantasize about going to bed holding you. And then these fantasies turn into something more sexual. But they're actually really starting out by imagining being really close and connected with you, which I think is something that this person has not imagined before. They did not see themselves as somebody who would be imagining being together in that way. So we had the Seven of Swords. I do think that there is an element of feeling a little closed off when it comes to this. So they might not, I'm just feeling like they haven't really explored this with you. So for a lot of you, they may not have told you about this. They may not have told you how they feel, but there is this feeling of them being so enamored with you, so caught up with you. I think sometimes this brings them a lot of confusion, and maybe they feel even a little bit helpless because it's causing such a transformation. It's so interesting, the information that's coming from these readings, because it's so much more than just the sexual side of things. There's a lot of emotion behind a lot of this. So there's a lot of emotion for this person. There's a lot of transformation for this person. And it's like kind of, I don't know, it's like, 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 it's fun to see that this sexual side of them and these fantasies that they have about you can cause such a change and such growth in this person, but it's causing a lot of growth. I think that this person is thinking about you a lot. So a lot of the fantasies that they're having these fantasies while they're at work. We were talking about them kind of breaking up the mundane. I think they're having a lot of these fantasies while they're at work, while they're at school. I think they're finding it difficult to focus because of these fantasies that they're having about you. I do get the feeling that there's a lot of oral, I just don't know how explicit to get here. We'll just go for it. They have a lot of oral sex fantasies about you. And this can go both ways. I think they would like to give and receive, but they have a lot of fantasies in that way. I think that this also speaks to the transformation, because I think this person in the past has approached sex as something where they can take, like they're more interested in their own pleasure and how they can enjoy themselves. So they might have only in the past been interested with someone else performing these acts on them. In the case of the fantasies they're having about you, they fantasize a lot about pleasuring you in that way, and they also fantasize about you pleasuring them in that way. So they want it to be more reciprocal, and I think that just has to do with the feelings behind it. There weren't feelings behind it for them in the past. There is also this feeling of the needing to sneak away with you. So a lot of their fantasies might be about sneaking off somewhere with you, but there is maybe a little bit of conflict or trouble when it comes to the two of you connecting. In this card here, we do have somebody kind of peering in. I think in this case it is the Queen, but someone peering in and watching what the two of them are doing. So there might be a bit of a feeling of like the two of you can't find the privacy, and that could have to do with why this person wants to restructure their lives in order to be with you. Maybe they live at home with their parents, or they have roommates or something, or that's your situation, and they're just feeling like the two of you don't have a lot of time together just privately. So a lot of their fantasies have to do with sneaking off and finally being somewhere where the two of you can be alone, maybe like in a hotel room, or potentially getting your own place. There really is a strong energy of that oral connection, though. I will say that. So this person is fantasizing a lot about your mouth, doing all sorts of things. I think they want to kiss you. I think, again, going back to that oral sex, they're very focused on oral sex. So this could be they're drawn to your lips. They might think that your lips are very beautiful. Maybe if you wear makeup, you might be somebody who accentuates your lips a lot. Maybe you wear lipstick, you wear bold colors, or deep dark colors or something, but their attention is drawn to your mouth and what you might be able to do with it. I do think that this person wants to pamper you a little bit. Lots of images of flowers here. This might be somebody who wants to give you flowers or has given you flowers. All of this stuff that I'm saying, I can tell is outside of the norm for this person. To even fantasize about treating somebody this way, about being romantic with someone, about connecting with someone, to even think about the same person all the time instead of just being on to the next person that they meet, is out of the ordinary for them. This is not their typical way of thinking. But you have really taken over their mind. They're having a hard time focusing on their work or on their studies or just on the tasks that they have to do. I think whenever they have to do some mundane task, maybe like a cleaning task or something, you come to their mind immediately. If it's something that they can still get done and think about something else, like be in a whole different world in their mind, they're thinking about you. And they're thinking about the word submission keeps coming up to me. So this is on both sides. They want you to submit to them, and they want to submit to you. So there's this feeling of vulnerability and this feeling of kind of being bare and being raw with each other. They also might be into a little bit of a little bit of kind of, I don't want to say rough, but they might want to tie you up. Let me just say it. I think they kind of, like, they fantasize about that, and that, I think that has to do with just the submission aspect. They kind of think it's hot for you to be completely at their mercy. I think there's a lot that they want to express to you, and a lot that probably hasn't been said. They might be afraid of what a huge transformation this has caused in them. I do think there's a certain, like, they think that you are absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know if I said that, but yeah, I probably did, because there is this feeling that they just can't stop looking at you. Their fantasies about you also involve your butt. So I think, honestly, I think your person might be very experienced, at least in their fantasies. If they are not actually physically experienced, they have explored a lot in their minds, and there's a lot they want to do with you, because I'm seeing so many different scenarios. I'm not going to take all those cards. I want like 2 cards. There's so many different scenarios. So I am seeing that a lot of you, their fantasies do involve your butt. They involve touching your butt. They really like your butt. If you are a male, I think they like how muscular your backside is. But there is a feeling of sexual encounters that are happening from behind. I think that they really want to look at your backside while they while they are with you. They really enjoy that. And I think a lot of their fantasies involve that area of your body. Okay. So we had full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. That pretty much speaks for itself. This person is quite passionate about you and wants to, they really would like to have sex with you. Like, I don't know any other way to put it. They really want to. They feel a lot of pent up desire when it comes to you. They want to probably go at it pretty hard, like, at least to begin with. And I think that has to do with the pent up desire that's there. I think that they can feel like very lonely because they have such a desire to be close to you in that way. This person, they want to bring you to a climax. Of course, they want to climax themselves, but they are concerned with pleasuring you. And I think that they want to, like, they want it to be the hottest sex that you've ever had in your life when you're with them. I think they're confident that it will be. There's something about this person where, like, there is a confidence here, and that's kind of where I'm getting that, like, they seem like they're experienced. So whether or not they're actually very experienced, they've thought about this enough to think that they know exactly what they're going to do, and they want this to be good with you. They want you to be satisfied. Sorry, I'm just thinking about, I'm just thinking about the way that their focus is on you being satisfied is just so different for them. So I'm taken back to that energy of, like, this transformation that's happening. And it's just interesting. It's happening through these sexual fantasies. They're transforming in a huge way by wanting to put somebody else first. Then we had new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. So I think this is somebody that you are feeling very comfortable with, very safe with. Once the two of you are together, I think that they are part of the reason that they're having these deep kind of fantasies about you is because they feel very safe. I think they feel like this connection is a connection that they can lose themselves in, and that they can feel comforted in, and that there can be an emotional aspect to this as well, which has not been the case for them in the past. Let's get at least one more card for you. And then we can talk about that, or maybe I'll talk about it now. Okay. So I think this really sums it up. It's kind of the perfect ending to this. You had make a move and imagine. This person is fantasizing about you all the time. They're thinking about you exclusively, which is so different for them. If they even would spend time fantasizing about people, it would definitely in the past have been like they'd go through phases. They'd think about one person and then they'd think about another person, or they would just think about having sex in general. It wasn't tied to a specific person, and at this point, this is tied to you in particular. They want to be with you in particular, and they only think about you to the point that they can't focus on other things that they need to get done in their lives. This make a move card, I think this really ties into their fantasies. They want to approach you, and they want to express their passion to you. So they do want to be kind of forward with you. In their fantasies, they're very forward. They're very confident. They are taking control. They're doing all the right things. This also could be an indication that this person is going to come forward soon and make some of these fantasies a reality. They might be in the process of restructuring things in their lives so they can get closer to you in this way. But yeah, this person spends a lot of time in their head about you, and they want to really have a really passionate connection. So I can see them setting up a romantic situation for you, a nice hotel room or something with rose petals and like the whole 9 yards, because they really they want to experience something deeper with you, and they want to really go at it. I think this person has a lot of stamina, and they even have a lot of stamina when it comes to their fantasies. Like, they are committed to this. They think about this all the time. So at least in their fantasies, they imagine setting up a beautiful scenario for the two of you to explore, and I think they imagine it being quite intense. And this is the type of person that wants to go at it all night, all morning. Like, I say all night, and then I'm like, nope, that doesn't even feel sufficient. All morning too, all day. They like it. Just, I get the feeling that they don't want to stop. They have a lot of stamina, and they're going to be the type of person that's ready for round 2 as soon as you're done, ready for round 3, you know, just ready to go. So yeah, that's what I see for you, group 3. Very, very passionate fantasies that your person's having about you. I'm sending you all a lot of love and light. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. This was quite spicy, so let me know down in the comments how you liked that. Maybe we can do more of these sort of readings, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, bye!